see. All right, you guys. Well, I think it's 8:05, so if I don't have any arguments from anybody, I think what we'll do is go ahead and get started, and as folks hop on, they can catch up. So thank you for jumping on. It's Wednesday night with Wendy and Lisa. It's a thing. Most fun you can have on the internet. That's not against the law. And we really and truly appreciate you guys giving up your half hour to spend with us tonight. We have a super exciting program for you tonight because we're doing Back the Blue. Lisa and I just thought it was absolutely appropriate to devote a half hour to our folks in blue who are on our Plexus team. And the funny thing is we have a few, I'm sure there's more, but I just am so excited to honor and pay my respect to the folks that make our freedoms possible. And so that's why we decided to do this tonight. And so we're going to jump right in so that I don't talk and take up everybody else's time. I like to just go through some announcements. And so right now, we still are right in the middle of our intermittent fasting and Plexus crash course that's going on in a little private group that we have going on. It's a 2-week course to teach you all about Plexus and intermittent fasting and how they work together. And we still have open enrollment going, which is super exciting, $9.95 for a Plexus membership. So definitely a great time to bring folks on board. It is your last month to earn Leaders Retreat. So if there's those of you out there who are close, or maybe you haven't even started, I know that there's stories out there. Actually, my own story 2 years ago, Lisa can attest to this. I earned Leaders Retreat in 3 weeks, Lisa? I don't remember what it was, but I believe it was 3 weeks. And so it's possible. It's possible any one of you out there that hasn't earned it yet, if it's in your heart's desire to go to Arizona to be a part of it in January, it's still possible. There's still lots of time left. You can still also earn your free bottle of hemp oil. And that's something that's easy to do, 150 PV. And Lisa, I believe that it has to be a subscription order. Is that correct? Yes. No. Yes?
I did. No, I don't think so.
Okay, no, never mind. No. Amanda's shaking her head no, so I'm completely wrong, but it does have to be 150 PV. And we have our Each One, Reach One promotion going on this month, and Lisa's going to fill us in on that.
So I'm excited about this one because everybody can reach one and feel immediately what Plexus is about, how it feels to be compensated, get an accountability partner right away off the bat. They will get $25 plus the pay points, plus the welcome pack bonus. That's roughly between $55 and $60, depending on how much the pay points are. That's incredible for one person. I have somebody lined up for tomorrow. She wanted to get her buddy, and so she's joining with a buddy. And so I think this is something that we can really, really share about. An analogy that I like to use with it is, when was the last time you joined a gym by yourself? I ain't joining anything without my bestie. And it's that accountability. And so I always use that analogy for people, like, you know, it's nothing. You want the accountability because it's going to keep you consistent and it's going to be a whole lot more fun. So the other thing that they have, so it's the Each One, Reach One. And then after that, if they get 3, they also earn a Tervis. I'm just looking to make sure I get this right. Where did it go? Okay, well, it's a Tervis, and I don't have this Tervis, so I really want this cup. And they also get a, what's it called?
Plexus like a little hand whip mixer?
Yes, a hand mixer. And then if they get 6, they also get a NutriBullet. I have a NutriBullet, and it is the bomb. I used to have, what's the other one called? The other hand mixer thing?
I do not know.
I don't know, but I went NutriBullet, and it changed my life. So anyway, so that's an awesome prize. And so that is part of that. It's also breast cancer awareness month, and we have teamed up. Says because of October is breast cancer awareness month, participating markets will donate a portion of our Joyome product of the month sales to charitable organizations. Plus the breast check kits are also buy one and get one free all month long. Funny story about the breast check, in case you don't know the story. I love to hear Alec and Tarl talk about this, that this was kind of what launched Plexus, and it wasn't a brilliant idea because you only ever need one. So residual income was not on the radar. And so expanding what they did was definitely really great for us. So, but those breast check kits, when I first started in Plexus, I loved to go to YouTube and Google the doctors, Plexus. And because they featured that kit on the show, The Doctors, which is still a show on today. And so that kind of resonated with people and somewhat gave legitimacy to Plexus because they were on a TV show. So anyway, that's it. Back to you, Wendy.
Yeah, you're welcome. One other thing that Plexus has going on is the product of the month this month is the Joyome Serum Combo. And for each combo sold, Plexus is going to donate $4 to breast cancer research. So that's one of the things that makes me super proud of this company is their heart for philanthropy. And I'm just super excited that they're going to do that this month. So that is it for announcements. We did have an extra guest lined up for tonight, Julie Staffen. And unfortunately, Julie, it's the nature of the business. Julie's an EMT, and she was not able to join us tonight. So we're going to wish her well and hope that she has a great night. And hopefully we can get her on another time to talk. So we're going to start with Miss Jaime Lynn. I'm going to let Jaime Lynn tell you what she does. I'm going to let you tell her how long she's done it. I'm going to let you tell her all about what the Plexus products do for her as far as what she does and how long she's done it and how it gives her the energy to do it. And just, I need you all to know that I have such a huge heart for Jaime Lynn. She is my mentor. She's my good friend. She is my voice of reason when things get crazy. And I'm super thankful for the opportunity to be on a team with her and to have learned from her. And I'm just super excited for her to share her story with us tonight. So thank you so much for coming on, Jaime Lynn, and you are good to go if you'd like to start talking.
All right, thanks everyone, and thanks Wendy and Lisa for having me. Hopefully my internet will hold out here, but mostly before I forget, thanks for doing a Back to Blue. It's a challenging career, but the most rewarding when you really sign up to protect and serve. So although we're going through different turmoils and stuff like that, I really appreciate those who reach out and just have helpful and supportive words for us in our line of profession. So thank you so much. I'll take you back my story. I've had issues, gut issues, since I was a little kid. But I won't go through all those details for you. Just know that it's a long history with me since I was very little. My sister will tell you that I've always had belly aches or something along those lines. But I'll take you back about 7 years ago. I was blessed on Facebook to see a post by Krista, who should be on the call. And Krista and I went to high school together. And connected through Facebook. So she posted online that she was looking to help people and offer to help. So I'm like, well, I like to help people, you know, and I messaged her and just said, what do you need help with? And so then she started talking to me about Plexus. At this time in my life, I already had identified that I had a soy, corn, and yeast issue and intolerance within my body. I was a mom of 2, worked shift work, so my shifts always varied, got very little sleep, all those great things. But the major issue that I had known about taking supplements or anything is about the fillers that are in them. And if you look at any other company, there is so much soy in products that are out there. And I knew the number one question I had to ask Krista was, is there soy in our products? Which at the time it wasn't ours yet, but in Plexus, and the answer was no. So Krista did an excellent job of just saying, if you could address any health issues, just any of them, what would they be? And I'm a list maker. So now I got into this conversation with her and I'm making a whole list of food allergies from soy, corn, and yeast. I lived on Mountain Dew because it was high calorie intake. And I wasn't going to get sick to my stomach while I was at work. Keep in mind, I work patrol right now. At the time of this, I worked second shift patrol. So there was always odd hours or not knowing where the bathrooms were going to be and just those kind of, you know, extra personal things that happen when you eat food, and especially with my system. So I was very concerned about just the food allergy portion of it.
There's that Dodge County internet.
everything from headaches to
Uh-oh, do we completely lose her?
did it come back?
Here she is.
Okay.
There she is.
Did it come back? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. That's
Get out of Dodge,
part of
Jamie.
living up to where I am, but I'll try to fast forward so I don't.
Oh,
Kick the
man.
boys off the internet, Jamie. Kick them off. Everybody off.
Jamie, try turning your camera off.
I'm so sorry. But I'll fast forward a little bit, everything to do with my belly. So in Will, this way. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm messing this up on you guys. But anyhow,
No, Jamie, it's okay.
So everything from sinus infections, which if anybody ever were on antibiotics, you know you have a whole girl issue after that. So it was just a constant cycle for me to battle these things. And my major issue was food allergies. But because of that, I didn't eat, so therefore I didn't have any nutrition at all to feed my body the correct things it needed. And then was no sleep. I worked shift work. I would get called in the middle of the night. I still do to this day, but I'm telling you, these products are absolutely amazing because no matter when I get called in, no matter if I'm on day shift, I'm on second shift, I'm working 12 hours, I'm telling you, my lunchbox is packed with my lean. My supplements are always there for me no matter what rotation or schedule I'm on. So I'm just so blessed to be able to not have any of the issues that I used to have.
Awesome. Jamie, do you want to share what you take on the regular? Like, what do you take before you go to work in the morning? What do you take kind of your midday? Like, what's your routine with your products?
So I literally, you guys, I have the whole, I take everything. And I'm not even lying. I'm a full believer in these products. I started the new fasting thing. So when you guys start your fasting group, realize I'm about, in my group that I'm doing with some people, I'm about 4 or 5 days already into it. So I'm taking my slim a little bit later because I'm a competition person. So I just got to win the fast, you know, which I know is not the proper mindset, but that's how I operate. I see the little app where it's like the time and I'm like, I can beat that time. And it's just, that's just how I work. So I take the regular microbiome slim in the morning along with an X Factor. And actually I should just walk over by my basket since you guys can't actually see what I'm doing to make sure I tell you. So I'm X Factor, and I am an ease person, a nerve person, and I'm still old school accelerator, 2 accelerators. I love the 5 EP. And that's in the morning. So then at bed though, like later in the, you know, like 8 o'clock, I've already taken my supplements now already, but I'm a firm believer in my Mega X. It actually helps me calm down and be able to sleep. And then my Vital 5 and my people with Vital Bio and felt kind of sluggish and didn't like it. I encourage you to take it at bed. I don't notice anything from it other than positive things. So just a little side note on that. And then I try to take my collagen whenever I have a yogurt throughout my day. And then I'm a firm lover of my HC Slim and my Active mixed together right about lunchtime at work.
Awesome.
I have a question. I think one of the things I love to share your story because you're that skinny chick, you know, and a lot of people, you know, will say, I don't need to lose weight. Why do I need to drink the Slim? So why do you drink the Slim?
Because I had a hysterectomy in my early 30s. And I've always had a lot of girl issues and realized that hormones are important for anyone at any stage of their life. I don't care if you're 16, hormone regulations and balance plays a huge role throughout it. So I was really big into that. And I love the microbiome because it helps me with my gut health.
Okay. And that goes for guys too, even if they don't have a hysterectomy and they're skinny.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a skinny husband and he drinks Slim every day.
Yeah. But, that's a really good point though, Lisa, is people can be dismissive of people that, they put on a good show. My sister will say, I never knew there was anything wrong with you, because I was very good at hiding and just putting on a positive atmosphere. Chris worked with me every single day in the 911 center when I was in the center. Chris could tell you she noticed the difference. She knew me well enough to know there was issues, but otherwise I didn't let people know that there was issues with me at all.
That was a great segue, because for those of you on the call aren't counting, it's Krista. Well, it's actually Amanda, right? Ronica, Krista, Jamie, Jamie to Chris, Chris to Wendy, and Wendy to me. So you see a family tree on here on how we did that. So anyway, I don't want to cut Jamie off, but was that a good segue?
Yeah, I think that was a very good segue.
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
So
thank you so much, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jamie. And so I do want to just take a second and introduce my sister Chris, so you guys just don't even know. I don't even care if you have siblings. I will argue with you. I have the best big sister in the whole wide world, hands down. And most of you who have heard my story know that I am here, I do what I do, and I have what I have, and I built what I built, all because my sister decided I needed to have it. And she is the most generous and giving person that I know. And just having her on this call, you guys, she is a lieutenant for the dispatch in Dodge County, and she also is the EMT manager for the city of Mayville. So she works 2 full-time jobs, plus she works this business, plus she absolutely picks me up every single day and takes care of me and listens to me and is the most inspirational. I'm 50 years old. I still say all the time, I still want to be my sister when I grow up. And I'm just super excited. I'm super excited to have her on this call. And so without further ado, folks, it's my sister, Christine Churchill.
Well, you guys get to see how much love. I'm so blessed beyond just this business. I mean, man, when you should all listen to Jamie's story, and then I'm Jamie's no. So if you know, right, Jamie? I'm Jamie's no, and I'm Jamie's no for almost 2 years. And Jamie's a person I trust with everything that I have. I mean, Jamie and I go so far back, and we have been through so many ups and downs together. And Jamie's right. She was the sick girl that nobody knew was sick. Because those of you that are here that know Jamie, she's always uplifted, positive. She's just, she's not going to let her sorrows out to anybody. Jamie was a sick girl. And I watched a transformation like I've never seen before. I'm the all natural health person. I'm always supplements. Sorry, the Mayville ambulance is going out, so let me just silence my phone here. Sorry. So I'm the person that researches everything, and I've always been taking all natural supplements, and I'm still, I used to be a grocery bag full of supplements. I'm down to half a grocery bag. Most of it is Plexus. And it was Jamie's transformation that made me a believer. And I trust Jamie with everything. And I didn't trust her enough to say yes for quite a while, for a long time. And so it was finally when I'm watching Jamie just get better and healthier. And like she says, she was the skinny girl, but she always had this positive, energetic attitude, and I saw her transform. She looked healthy. She was happier. If she can be happier, she was happier and more confident. And I knew it was time for me to look into her products. So it was another 4 or 5 months of me researching the Plexus products. And after I had done my homework, I was all in. And at that time, I knew that I wanted my sister to have this. I knew that more than anything, she has always been filled with wanting to help people and wanting to be, you know, somebody that could make a difference in somebody else's life. And so that's kind of just the moving on up story that we have here. And I am an all-in kind of girl. I take it all. I start my day off with the vitamins. I started off with, like Jamie does, I take my E's every single day. I take my bio cleanse in the middle of the day. I take my pro bio at night. I'm the pink drink. I'm the active. I mean, it's all of the products give us what we need. And it's just at different times of the day. And for me, the most life-changing thing was I was a chronic migraine sufferer. And I'm telling you guys, I have done everything. I've done all the medications. I've done giving myself injections. I finally went on a food testing what was giving me. I know exactly. Peanut butter, one of my favorite things in the whole world, is a trigger for me. So I eliminated all of these things, macadamia nuts, pistachios. I found what those triggers were. And so I had a very restrictive diet, and I still couldn't beat my migraines. And only when I got into my bio cleanse and knowing that I was missing that amount of magnesium did I completely change my life. So Plexus has been life-changing for me. It's the relationships, it's watching, like Wendy said, Plexus is different for each and every one of us. And for me, I don't get to work the business as much as I'd like to, but I'm called to do other things in my life right now. I'm, you know, part of the sheriff's office. Jamie and I have a bond like no other. We live in a man's world, and we take care of one another. We're surrounded by great men, don't get me wrong. One of my favorite stories about Jamie Lynn is becoming a second shift mentor on patrol, and just seeing her heart and her spirit and her mentorship to all these young guys that just fell in love with her leadership is just one of the most proud moments I have for Jamie, because she's just that kind of person. She rolls with whatever she's dealt. And so for me, it has been life-changing, these relationships. Lisa is a little sister to me. She's been my sister Wendy's best friend for all of her life. And we just continue to grow as a group. And, you know, if I can give you one thing, is that this is different for everyone. I'm not ready for the full business on sprint because I'm called to lead in some other ways currently. But I know it's there. And I know that Jamie Lynn and Wendy and Lisa and I, and, you know, up above us, Amanda and you know, Beck and Krista, I know that I see great things in our future if we continue to lift one another up and help each other along the way and focus on the positive that we make. So that's what I got, guys.
Thank you, Chris. So what do you think if you were to recommend like one product to somebody who's maybe sitting on the fence and they want to buy it? We ask a lot of our guests this question, so I'm just going to throw this out at you. And there's one product, like I've got $100. I can only afford to buy one thing, or I've got $50. What is the one thing that you couldn't live without?
I think well, I actually have two, because it's the Pro Bio and the Bio Cleanse. I mean, that combination is, you know, it's so important. When you talk about the intermittent fasting and stuff that we've all become passionate about, it's controlling those blood sugars, and that's also your pink drink. That was what it was developed for all those years ago. And if you get control of the blood sugars, that everything else is going to follow, and you get that right amount of probio in, and the bio cleanse, the magnesium. Those are all essential minerals. Those are things that we need. Sorry, the dogs are going crazy. I'm not sure.
That's okay.
No, and I would have to agree, Wendy.
Oh, go ahead, Jamie.
No, I would agree too. I think so much people, they don't know enough about gut health and realize how much your sleep and everything is so connected with that. So if you can really just focus on the gut health and make sure, you know, you're up in your Probio 5s and your cleanse and using them to the full extent and sticking with it. You know, we're talking about a good year of healing, you know, and just sticking with it and being consistent, I think makes all the difference.
Jamie, I want to say I have a customer who a new ambassador that I've been trying to get on board for the longest time, and I can't wait for her to be able to share her story someday because she is you in a nutshell, and she's one of my daughter's really good friends. She's 17, and it's the same thing. She's this tiny little thing, and she had this bloated little belly, and just living on Mountain Dew. Like she would show up at my house with a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew because she couldn't get enough calories because she was sick all the time, and all of the sickness, the sinus infections and all those things. She's been on the products for 2 months, and one of the things that she loves dearly is ice cream, but she can't eat it, right? Because if she does, she can't leave the house for a day because it's so violent in her system. She had her first ice cream cone last week, and she called me to tell me how much she loved the ice cream cone. And I sent her your video, and your video, she sat down with her mom and watched your video, and that was when they decided to give the products a try and see what happened. And like I said, 2 months in, and she's eating an ice cream cone. And so I thought that was really, really cool. And I'm so grateful to you because I think that everybody's got a weight loss story, but there's not many folks that are honest about what you're going through, what you went through. And so I just want to thank you for that because you're helping her.
Thank you. And that's a good thing just to remind everybody, tell your story, share those different details because those are the people. I'm helping a lady right now, 2nd month as well, and terrible story. And it was her boyfriend who I actually know who shared my video. So do share your absolute details of your stories because you're going to connect and help those people.
Absolutely. Does anybody have any questions? We're just kind of in our last 9 minutes of our call. So I just want to open this up. If anybody has any questions that they want to ask Jamie Lynn or Chris. And after that, we'll wrap up. You can type it in the chat or you can unmute yourself.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say thank you to both of you for your service. And I've shared this with Jamie. I'll share this with you too, Chris. I pray for you guys all the time.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Aw, that's so awesome, Chris. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to move forward.
Give us some dirt on Wendy. No.
Lisa, you know all the dirt. You were part of the dirt, Lisa. You know more than I do.
Isn't it funny that we grew up to do this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
And come on, you guys, I don't have dirt. I'm an open book. If you want to know, just ask. I'll tell you.
That's true.
Probably more details than you want to know.
Yeah.
It's a true story. I just can't share enough that you guys lift each other up, be kind, and I'm a no. I was a no for a long time, so the best part about Jamie Lynn is she lives it. She's willing to be inspirational. She's not a person that pushes and drives, and she's just there, and she's ready, and she answers your questions, and she shares and shares and shares because it's changed her life. It's changed my life. It's changed Wendy's life. It's changed Lisa's life. So go for the no. When you hear that, go for the no.
That's super awesome.
What's the one thing, Chris? Like, what was it that all of a sudden clicked for you with Jamie?
She had so much patience for me, right, Jamie? You would always answer my questions.
Such a jerk, you guys, seriously. So even when you're like, and I knew she needed it, she would call into work sick. I mean, I worked a shift with her. I knew that she needed it, and she tried to be everything for everyone else. And I'm like, girl, just be the person for yourself. I know she needed it. So we have a bold enough relationship that I could just be that honest with her and be like, you really need this. And, in a loving way. And then I would just wait. And I would just be I was a SWOT negotiator. So I had the skills of, I'd always start my conversations with people who are barricaded with, when you come out of the house, you're going to do this. And so I always was that. So that's how I talked to Chris. I'd be like, well, when you join Plexus and you start the products, you'll notice this happening with you. And that's how I would just keep talking to her. And she would go, yeah, go back to work. And we did that. We did it for 2 years, you guys. So don't give up on people.
Yeah.
Keep sharing your story. 100%, Jamie. You are so funny.
Hey, Jamie, you're the first person I've heard say that. We always talk about assume the sale, but I've never heard anybody. I never heard anybody approach it that way. Hey, when you start Plexus, when you try Plexus, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've said it to guys in a different way, like really blunt and inappropriate. It says you can't say those things, but I'm like, they need it. But that doesn't work with everybody that you don't have a relationship with. So I think that driving it home even with a new person is a really easy way to put it and won't get me in trouble as much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It's very true.
Always in trouble.
When you,
Mhm.
kind of like when you, Tom, were cutting that hair off your face. When you, I forget the blank, but
Don't do it, Tom. Don't cave. I got your back, Tom.
and I got the scissors, Krista. It's happening.
All right. Well, we have 5 minutes left. And I typically do quite a few words of wisdom, or I have something prepared, and I have a couple of quotes I want to read off about backing the blue and what that means. But Chris and Jamie, wow, you guys did words of wisdom, and I didn't even ask you guys to do it. And so I just want to thank you so much for throwing those extra little tidbits in there, because they really do mean a lot. And definitely I'm going to start using that with people.
Yeah.
Start using that right
I like
away.
that.
So anyway, I found these quotes tonight, and I like this first one so much because it's almost like I could hear Jamie saying it. So it says, I don't have to draw a line in the sand. I already have one. It's thin, it's blue, it's mine. And if you cross it, I will protect it. And that was from the North Carolina Police Department. And I read that and I thought of Jamie. And this one I liked so much because it's so true. I witnessed it with my sister and I witnessed it with Jamie. Law enforcement officers are never off duty. They are dedicated public servants who are sworn to protect public safety at any time and place that peace is threatened, and they need all the help and prayers that they can get. And so just so you guys know, we do so appreciate what you do. We know that we have our freedoms because of what you do, and we're so grateful, and we are praying for you, and we're so thankful that you guys hopped on the call tonight. This was such a good time. And we have some good stuff coming up. I know that Tom is working on a men's call because, as you can tell, there is not a whole lot of testosterone represented in this call. And so we'd like to see a few more men hop on. So we're super excited about that. And I don't remember what else we have coming up, Lisa. I know we had a couple of different calls planned for this month yet. Do you remember?
Well, we're doing a guest jewel every month.
That's right.
Yep. And I don't remember, but last week's call with Amy Kozmowski, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Her daughter, Kayla, is blowing up the internet and blowing up the broadcast. Her daughter is on Good Morning America tomorrow, the Today Show. They are showing tidbits because she made the cheerleading team. So for those of you that don't know, her daughter has Down syndrome, and Amy has raised the lid for her daughter always. And she has had 7 laws passed protecting children or adults with disabilities, making society a place that everybody's welcome. And so the fact that they're getting so much press, I'm so excited for them.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Well, all right. So then watch for our announcement, because I don't think we have our jewel lined up, but I know Lisa and I, that's just the way that we work, and we will have somebody amazing lined up. So with that, we have 2 minutes left. So I'm going to wrap up this call. Thank you so much, everybody, for spending your Wednesday night with us. We look forward to seeing all of you guys here next week. And thank you again, Jamie and Chris. Have a great night.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go rest.
Yes, thank you.